Welcome, future prospector. Whether you're just starting out or looking to sharpen your skills, you're about to embark on an adventure that's as much about discovery as it is about gold. The dream of finding gold starts with curiosity, but real success comes from knowledge, patience, and a keen eye for detail. Every prospector's journey begins with a question: where do I look? The real secret isn't luck, it's learning to read the ground like a book, spotting clues in rocks, water, and history. Nature leaves hints everywhere, and the land tells a story if you know how to listen. We'll break down the signs that point to gold so you can walk into a new area and know where to start. From the shape of the land to the color of the soil, every detail matters. Think of yourself as a detective. Gold follows rules of geology and physics, leaving a trail of evidence for you to interpret. The more you observe, the more you'll understand the patterns that lead to gold. We'll show you how to spot clues left by old-time miners and natural features that trap gold. Sometimes the best hints are hidden in plain sight, waiting for a sharp-eyed prospector to notice. By the end, you'll know which rocks and minerals are your friends, and how to recognize subtle changes that signal treasure. You'll learn to trust your instincts and back them up with solid evidence. This is practical, field-tested knowledge. No magic, just skill. Every tip comes from real experience, so you can apply it right away. We'll cover big signs like quartz veins and mine dumps, which can point to rich ground and past discoveries. Plus, we'll explore subtle indicators like manganese staining and clay types, details that many overlook, but can make all the difference. The goal is to build your confidence, so you can make educated guesses about where gold is most likely to be. With each outing, you'll get better at reading the land. So grab your gear and your curiosity. Let's get started on the path to finding your own gold, and uncover the secrets hidden beneath your feet. The best clue for prospecting? Evidence of the old-timers. The miners of the past were thorough but limited by their technology. Look for old mine shafts, hand-dug pits, stacked rocks, and rusting equipment. These are signposts that gold was found here. Don't assume they got it all. Fine gold, deep deposits, and hard-to-reach spots were often left behind. Your job: figure out what they missed. In placer areas, search for tailings piles, neat stacks of rocks along streams, and hand-dug ditches. In hard rock areas, look for prospect pits, adits, shafts, and mine dumps. Do your homework. Old maps, mining reports, and the USGS MRDS database can pinpoint historic mines. Combine research with field clues to find promising areas. The old-timers found the gold districts. Use modern methods to recover what they left. It's the smartest way to start. Gold is incredibly heavy, 19 times heavier than water, which means it behaves very differently from lighter materials in a river. When you're searching for placer gold, it's important to remember that gold's weight causes it to sink quickly, even in fast-moving water. As soon as the water slows down, gold settles to the bottom, dropping out of the current much faster than sand or gravel. This is why understanding how water moves is key to finding gold. Try to picture the river during a flood when it's raging and powerful. Gold is carried along until the water loses energy. Then it drops straight down, often in places you might not expect. Classic gold traps are found on the inside bends of rivers, where the current slows and heavy materials like gold are deposited. These bends act like natural catchers for gold, especially after big storms. Sand and gravel bars on these inside bends are prime spots to pan. Over time, gold accumulates here, sometimes hidden just beneath the surface. Bedrock is the ultimate trap. Gold works its way down through layers of gravel and sand until it hits solid rock, where it can't go any further. This is where some of the richest deposits are found. Look for exposed, rough, or fractured bedrock. Cracks and crevices can hold surprising amounts of gold, as flakes and nuggets get wedged tightly inside. Use a crevice tool or even a simple screwdriver to clean out these spots. Don't overlook small crevices. They can be loaded with fine gold and even the occasional picker. False bedrock, dense clay, or tightly packed gravels above true bedrock can also trap gold. These layers act as temporary stopping points for gold on its downward journey. Always check clay layers, but dig deeper if possible. Richer gold may lie below. Sometimes the best gold is just beneath a stubborn layer of clay. Focus on places where heavy materials like black sand and dense gravel collect. These are your best chances for finding pay streaks, where gold is concentrated. Train your eye to spot these natural gold traps, and you'll dramatically increase your chances of success. The more you practice, the better you'll get at reading the river. Even the smallest cracks and crevices can pay off big, so never ignore them during your search. Don't ignore any layer that stops gold's downward journey. Each one could be hiding a secret stash of placer gold, just waiting to be discovered. Gold rarely travels alone. It's found with certain minerals, especially quartz. When you're out in the field, searching for gold, knowing what rocks to look for can make all the difference. Gold is almost never found in isolation. It's part of a mineral family, and quartz is its most famous companion. Most hard rock gold is in or near quartz veins, formed by hot, mineral-rich water that moved through cracks in the earth long ago. These veins can snake through mountainsides, sometimes stretching for hundreds of feet, and are often the first place prospectors look. Not all quartz is equal. Look for sugary, dirty, or iron-stained quartz, not just bright white bull quartz. The best gold-bearing quartz often looks rough, gritty, and stained, not clean and glassy. Iron staining, rusty red, brown, or orange, signals the presence of iron sulfides, often found with gold. These colors are nature's way of waving a flag, telling you that chemical reactions have been at work, possibly freeing gold from the rock. A gossan, or rust-colored cap, is a strong surface clue. These weathered, iron-rich outcrops can mark the top of a gold-bearing system, hinting at riches hidden below. Pay attention to the host rock. Gold favors greenstones, schists, slates, and some granites. These rocks create the right environment for gold to form and concentrate. Learn the typical host rocks in your area. The right combination of quartz, iron stains, and host rock boosts your odds. Local knowledge is key. What works in one gold field may not in another. Pyrite, fool's gold, is a good sign. Look for cubic holes left after it weathers away. These holes are like footprints, showing where pyrite once sat, and gold sometimes hides nearby. Other sulfides like arsenoporite, galena, and chalcopyrite can also indicate gold. These metallic minerals often occur together, forming a mineral team that points to gold's presence. You don't need to be a geologist, just recognize the signs. With a keen eye and a bit of practice, anyone can learn to spot these clues in the wild. Gold keeps company, find its friends, and you're on the right track. Each mineral clue is a step closer to a potential discovery. Iron-stained quartz in the right rocks is always worth checking. These rocks have a story to tell, and sometimes that story ends in gold. Don't pass up rusty outcrops. They might just be the rocks that yell, "Gold," if you know how to listen. Gold-bearing fluids change the rocks they move through, creating alteration zones, halos of altered rock around veins. Spotting these zones is an advanced skill that can lead to hidden deposits. Look for clay zones where hard rock turns soft, crumbly, or chalky. These often form near quartz veins. Clay colors range from white and tan to greenish or reddish, and these zones erode easily, forming low spots. Silicification or quartz flooding makes rocks harder and more resistant. Look for hard ridges or jasperoid. Propylitic alteration gives rocks a greenish tint. Potassic alteration adds pink or red. You don't need to memorize terms, just spot rocks that look different from their surroundings. Any sudden change in color, hardness, or texture is worth investigating. Alteration zones are big targets. Follow them to find gold. Gold needs pathways, called structures, to move through the earth. Faults, folds, and fractures are the main channels for gold-bearing fluids. Faults are large cracks where rock has moved, creating broken zones perfect for gold deposition. Look for straight valleys, sudden slope changes, fault gouge, clay-like material, and slicken sides, polished rock surfaces. Fault intersections are especially promising. Folds bend rock layers. The crests, anticlines, are often fractured and filled with quartz and gold. Look for bent or curved rock layers, especially where cut by faults. Stockworks, networks of small fractures, and breccias, rocks made of broken fragments, are also prime gold hosts. Shattered, broken, or re-cemented rock signals a prepared ground for gold. Always investigate areas with intense fracturing or brecciation. Structures create the spaces where gold can accumulate. Once you know the big signs, start spotting subtle clues others miss. Manganese staining, black or blue-black coatings, often appears with gold and silver. Silica ridges or sinter terraces formed by ancient hot springs can signal gold just below the surface. Boxwork texture, lacy quartz with empty cube-shaped holes, shows sulfides and possibly gold were present. Breccia, broken rock fragments cemented by quartz, stained with iron or manganese, is a strong indicator. These subtle clues can lead to overlooked gold pockets. Always keep an eye out for rocks that look broken and glued together. The finer your eye, the more gold you'll find. The art of prospecting is stacking clues, not relying on just one. Quartz alone means little, but quartz plus iron stains, plus the right host rock, plus old diggings, now you're in business. Your goal? Find spots where multiple indicators overlap. For example, research reveals a gold district, clue 1. You find an inside bend, clue 2. Exposed fractured bedrock, clue 3, and rusty material and cracks, clue 4. The more clues you stack, the higher your odds. Make a checklist. Old workings, physical traps, favorable bedrock, indicator minerals, alteration zones. The more boxes you tick, the more time you should spend sampling. If you find no positive indicators, move on. This method turns prospecting from guesswork into a systematic process. Don't get discouraged if you don't find every clue. Sometimes 2 or 3 are enough. Be patient, observant, and methodical. Every trip adds to your experience. The gold is out there, waiting for the prospector who can put the puzzle together. Trust the clues, and happy hunting.